Welcome back, Agile enthusiasts, to another exciting episode of Agile and Scrum. I'm your host, Dan Majkic, and together we're diving deep into the world of Scrum from an entirely new perspective. In our previous episode, we explored the power of Scrum, its principles, and how it transformed teams and organizations worldwide. But what happens when Scrum encounters scenarios that don't quite fit the traditional mold? How do you adapt when the landscape is filled with small improvements, multiple projects, and unpredictable challenges? In today's episode, we're not just scratching the surface, we're going beyond the basics. We'll take a closer look at why Scrum may not always be the perfect match and how to navigate through those unconventional situations. So, whether you are a seasoned Scrum Master or just starting your Agile journey, fasten your seatbelts and get ready to challenge your perspective. We're about to redefine Scrum and equip you with the knowledge you need to navigate the complex, chaotic world of Agile with confidence. But before we jump in, a quick reminder to hit that subscribe button, share this episode with your fellow Agile practitioners, and leave us a review. Your feedback fuels our journey to deliver top-notch Agile insights. Without further ado, let's embark on this enlightening journey into the world of Scrum from a whole new angle. Ready? Let's roll. Scrum is a widely embraced Agile framework, renowned for its ability to enhance productivity, collaboration, and product quality. However, as effective as a Scrum can be, it may not always be the best fit for every situation. So in this episode, we explore some unconventional scenarios where Scrum may struggle to thrive and suggest alternative approaches. Okay, now let's start with the first one, focusing on small improvements and support tasks. In some organizations, teams primarily deal with a continuous stream of small improvements, bug fixes, support issues, and configuration tasks collected by the product owner. So in such cases, it can be challenging to formulate clear sprint goals as the work items may seem unrelated. Number 2, working on multiple products or projects simultaneously. Some teams find themselves simultaneously engaged in the multiple projects or projects, which makes sense within their context. Configuring a software for different clients concurrently or juggling diverse customers' demands due to smaller teams and shorter sprints. So in such situations, the traditional Scrum framework might not align with their workflow. Number 3, sprint reviews without a clear increment. Effective sprint review needs a clear single increment that can be inspected. However, conducting meaningful reviews becomes challenging if the team's work items lack cohesion or are entirely unrelated. Number 4, sparse stakeholders engagement. Scrum encounters stakeholders' investment in sprint reviews, but in certain cases, inviting unrelated stakeholders can be counterproductive. A shared review may not make sense, leading to awkward situations where stakeholders are waiting for their specific items to be inspected. Number 5, unpredictable sprint planning. In environments where work is highly unpredictable, such as support teams responding to daily influxes or issues, sprint planning can feel forced. Traditional planning practices may not align with the need for flexibility and adaptability. Number 6, lack of collaboration. So Scrum thrives on a collaboration within a cross-functional teams. However, in some settings, individuals primarily work on their own items and collaboration isn't deemed necessary to accomplish their tasks effectively. Number 7, part-time Scrum team members. So when team members are part of the Scrum team only 1 or 2 days a week and spend the rest of their time on different teams or projects, it can challenge the core principles of Agile, which rely on dedication, cross-functionality. Number 8. Artificial sprint time box. So the time box of sprint may feel artificial when the outcomes consist of collection of unrelated items. Traditional sprint boundaries may not align with the work's nature. So building on our exploration of why Scrum might not always be the perfect fit for every situation, let's delve deeper into the essence of Scrum and some key principles that underpin this agile framework. Understanding the foundational elements of Scrum, its creators and core concepts of agility will not only shed light on how to navigate unconventional scenarios, but also empower you to harness the true potential of Scrum in your unique context. And now, let's rewind and understand the heart of Scrum. Who are the brilliant minds behind it? And what are the pillars upon which this agile framework stands? Now let's continue our journey with a deep dive into the very essence of Scrum itself. And this is Scrum from another angle. Scrum is a mindset, an approach to turning complex, chaotic problems into something that we can use. The creators of Scrum are Schwaber and Jeff Sutherland. They base Scrum on 3 pillars of empiricism: transparency, inspection, and adaptation. And this is the whole idea of Scrum, using frequent inspection and adaptation to guide the work of the teams, from zero to the most successful outcomes possible. So what is teamwork from Scrum's perspective? Small, self-organizing and self-managing teams based on the 5 lean principles. First one, define value. It is important to understand what value is. And value is what the customer is willing to pay for. Sometimes customers may not know what they want or are unable to articulate it. And your job is to elicit and gather user requirements. Number 2, map the value tree. The goal is to use the customer's value as the reference point. Also to identify all the activities that contribute to these values. Activities that do not add value to the end customer are pure waste, and that needs to be removed right away. Create flow. We have to ensure that the flow of the remaining steps runs without any interruptions or delays. Establish pull. Just in time is a strategy that has a company received products as close as possible to when they are needed and in the quantities needed. 5. Pursue perfection. The company should be a learning organization and always find ways to get a little better every single day. Now let's talk about what is in Scrum Guide. So the Scrum Guide is a body of knowledge that defines what Scrum is, what is not, and anything not in the Scrum Guide or contrary to the Scrum Guide was not Scrum. So the Scrum Guide has no purpose other than to offer a litmus test of what Scrum is. And this is important. The Scrum Guide does not tell you how to use Scrum, or how to implement Scrum, or how to build products with Scrum. And there are several ways to learn Scrum so you can put it in practice. You have passive learning, which is reading Scrum books, blogs, taking courses, and you have active learning, is engagement on social network, on-site training, attending local meetups, conferences, or even creating videos for YouTube. As you start your Agile and Scrum journey, Scrum will start to make sense because it will help you to manage outcomes. When you start using Scrum, the first difficulty will be getting a shared understanding of what the user needs are and separating the needs from the wants. So needs are things that can be directly tied to the business goal or objective and are necessary for solutions to be successful. Wants, on the other hand, are nice-to-have features that could ultimately be excluded. And the second difficulty you might find yourself in is what skills would you allow you or your team to create and to work together to do your best. Sometimes it is hard because of poor communication, inadequate mentoring, specific skills, or other reasons. People who expected that Scrum would tell them how to build a product to solve their needs felt that Scrum was weak because it didn't explicitly tell them how. But you have to understand, Scrum is easy, but solving problems with Scrum is very hard. Luckily, possible to master. And remember, Scrum is simple, so stop worrying about polishing it up so it's perfect, because it will never be. Anyway, there are too many complex, chaotic situations in our world. But if you learn Scrum, you could help others address it using an innovative management style. In the description of this video, you will find a Scrum checklist document to help you get started with Scrum and to assess your current implementation of Scrum. So go there and grab it for free. And if you need someone to help you achieve all your milestones on your Scrum journey, who will remove all obstacles for you to achieve your goals, then you're at the right place. Thank you for watching. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.